Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live, brought to you by PrizePicks. Sign up today for PrizePicks and use the promo code Leading Off when you do. It's me, Joey P. Joe Pizzapia. That, of course, is the Welsh. I'm feeling refreshed and renewed today, Welsh. It's been a long week. I got some rest. I got to the gym this morning. I got outside for a nice walk. I saw the sunlight, and I hadn't seen that, I felt like, in like a day or two between the rain and other things going on. So I feel good. I'm ready to go. And speaking of sunlight, I want to shine a light on one of our Peanuts and Cracker Jacks right at the top. Richie Silva. Richie's got a big deal. Blockbuster. Dynasty.
Blockbuster.
14 managers, 23 players. It's a battle to the death.
Here,
Josh Young. I traded Josh Young. I don't think Richie sounds like this, but maybe he does.
Yeah, Josh Young,
yeah,
Matt McClain, and Jazz Chisholm. Dig it.
Here's the deal. I'm going to give it to you. Yeah. Josh Young, Matt McClain, and Jazz Chisholm. And Richie got back Ellie De La Cruz, Bader, and Crone. Did I win or lose the trade? I'm going to say it straight out. Best player in the deal is Ellie. You got the best player in the deal. You got a guy who could potentially be the 1-1 in fantasy. I think you're the winner. What say you, Welsh?
Yeah, I mean, let's also be honest here. You traded Josh Young, Matt McClain, and Jazz for Ellie. You didn't trade for Harrison Bader or CJ Crone. So
just guys.
I gotta tell you, I don't know if I love it. I get the deal.
No, man, the pitch was awful high there.
Like even if I would have said I liked it, the high
like
pitch.
Tony Romo for a second there.
You traded 3 good dynasty pieces for one incredible piece.
Great
It could be incredible piece, though. I'd point out, since the All-Star break, he's hitting under 100. The strikeouts are going through the roof, but he is like the most prolific stolen base guy since he's been up. I think you can stomach this, but I don't love it like you might think someone would love you getting Ellie. It's hard to get Ellie in trades, but unfortunately, you paid the high cost of what an Ellie would cost you in a dynasty league.
You paid the iron price.
I just wish you didn't trade all 3 of those guys. If you would have said any combo of 2 of them and another little piece, I might have been like, okay. Or if you got something else besides Ellie.
I'll look at it this way. Josh Young's a very good player. I think he's going to be a good player for a long time. I don't know if Josh Young develops into a transcendent player. Matt McClain was a player that I think a lot of us really didn't even have a beat on going into this year. Yeah. And he's been very good. But again, sometimes those guys fizzle out because the league starts to adjust to them, and then we know why we haven't heard of them. He wasn't even the number 2 or 3 guy in their prospect pipeline. Not that it's not a knock. I mean, he could be great. And then you got Jazz Chisholm, who feels like this annual tease, if you will, of the guy that always could be really good, but he's never healthy, and there's all these other things, and blah, 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 and it's frustrating. I want the opportunity to get Ellie De La Cruz. Richie, I would have felt better if you got maybe one other guy back. Like, you got Max Meyer back in this deal off Tommy John or some other piece like that. I'm like, okay.
Like a CJ Abrams, young guy who's still going. I don't know why you'd want to.
I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, maybe
you don't like Bader, and Bader is not really a piece you're super excited about either. So, but that's the thing. Maybe you could have gotten one more guy back, but you got Ellie, and I still think, regardless,
I'd grade this a B. Like, it's a B. Like, a B to me is like, all right, you got your guy that, anything under a C, or maybe this is like a C plus or something like that. You got a passing grade, you're fine, but I don't personally love it because you paid the high price, my friend.
There you go. Go Cards agrees with you for whatever that's worth. All right, let's get to the headlines here at the top of the show. And let's talk about George Kirby, season high match of the 10K, 7 shutout innings on Thursday, gets a W over the Twinkies, a 3.23 ERA, 1.04 whip. Wow, it's beautiful. 119 innings, 103 Ks, just 11 walks. What an incredible run for George Kirby. I know so much we talked early in the year because Kirby and Gilbert were going back-to-back at ADP. Now we're sitting here at the end of July. Both have had good seasons, but clearly I think Kirby, you would argue, yes, is the better of the two.
Yeah, I mean, this was like preseason. I was all about the Kirby life. In season, with how passive he got about strikeouts, I kind of wanted to get out from under it, even though he had great results. He's just been more aggressive. I actually was talking about this last night on CBS. The one thing I was really impressed with in this game, I was looking at the 3D pitch model of how he was pitching. He had, I believe it was 5 total fastballs. That's it. That were under the bottom half of the zone. So picture the zone as your rectangle, and only 5 fastballs hit the bottom half of it. Everything else was fastball up top, pound, 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 pound. And then he was just dropping sliders in on the bottom half. So he just had this control of the zone. And you think about, fastballs coming in, and if he's got good break on the slider, it's coming in and then it falls down. it's just, I think that's like an aggressive move. I think that is shown a little bit more of the aggression from a really, really good command pitcher that I want to be more aggressive. And he wasn't doing any of that in the first half. He is now. This is Twins, but I'm optimistic that Kirby is starting to show those signs to move forward because he has all the great pieces of a great pitcher with that command. So yes, all about the Kirby the rest of the year.
Yeah, Kirby's been very good. I know you were very much on the Kirby side of this. I was on the Kirby side, not as heavily as you were, but you were definitely team Kirby all the way. Is it just me, or every time we talk about him, I just picture that little pink guy from Nintendo? I just always do. I can't shake.
Oh yeah,
that.
the like
He's a little Kirby, he's so adorable. I used to play Kirby with my kids. He was so cute. We all played the Kirby together. It was good times. They're getting old now. They don't want to play Kirby anymore. Jose Quintana allowed 2 runs over 5 innings Thursday in the loss to the White Sox, but good for Quintana to get back on the mound. His first innings of 2023, and we got him in July. So there you go. Corbin Burns, he was really good. So there's going to be a lot of good pitchers we're going to talk about here at the top. Corbin Burns, great 8 innings, 2 hits, 10 Ks. Tyler Glasnow, 3 runs, but a really good day for him. 9 strikeouts for him, no walks. He's got a 3.62 ERA. We were talking a couple weeks ago about that Glasnow ERA. There's an opportunity here. It was above 4. It's like, look, trade for this guy now. The ERA is going to start to come down as he starts to, ramp up again. And wouldn't you know it, it has 80 strikeouts to 18 walks over 54 innings. The guy's a strikeout machine. Spencer Strider, that's the guy I should have been investing in yesterday. He got to double-digit strikeouts. He got to 13. I don't care about the wins and no decisions and losses. He got the 13 strikeouts in 6 innings. Blake Snell, on the other hand, he did something historic for himself. You know what Blake Snell did? Well, he set a career high match in walks yesterday.
You should have done the ladder for walks.
Should have done the ladder for the walks. So boo on you, Blake Snell. I knew this was going to happen. The minute I said, okay, it's safe to go out and Blake Snell for me in the betting world. I mean, I have a little bit here and there, and it's worked. And that's why I flew too close to the sun, Welsh. It's like Icarus, just little too close there, and it burned me. But we're going to make it back today. So
he was another guy, by the way. I looked at the 3D modeling, and the thing that's nice about it is they'll color code the pitches. He was like, every pitch was clumped in its own area. There was no diversity as far as like where the pitches were going.
Zone.
Well, outside the strike, but inside the strike zone too. It was like, this is where this goes. This is where this goes. It seemed very telling of what was going on with him outside of like just the really poor command. So you hope it's a blip, but this is why Blake Snell is scary.
Fettuccine Alfredo, who I've never seen in the chat, but love his work. He started this Strider side of that matchup because the 5 ERA for Gallen is rough on the road. Yeah, that's the thing I keep coming back to when people ask me Strider or Gallen for Cy Young. I'm like, I think this, when you start to look deeper into them, besides that bad run that Strider had a couple starts, the inconsistency of the splits for Gallen, I think, hurt him at the end of the day. As good of a story they've been, I think Strider should have got the Rookie of the Year last year, and I'm starting to feel like they're going to make right by him this year by giving him that award. I think it would not shock me whatsoever.
I also point out Gallen went 5 perfect innings.
Good. No, he was
5 perfect innings, and then it blew up. Both of these guys blew up in like the 5th or 6th or whatever.
Yeah, they did. But I'm still Strider over Gallen, no matter what the board says. Shohei Ohtani is going to start today against the Pirates for the Angels. So people have been worrying about the blister. Some interesting stuff there too. Like, how healthy is he with the blister thing? I feel like that's going to go one of two ways. Either it's going to be a very managed start, which is kind of the way I'm leaning in the betting market for Ohtani today, where you're just managing, you're just showing everybody you can go out there a little bit. Blister's okay. Everything's fine. We're all like Han Solo and New Hope. Everything's fine. We're all fine here. How are you? Shohei's fine. Or he's going to go out there and drop, 17 strikeouts against the Pirates, and it's going to be that night. Like, it's one of those two.
It might be a little bit of the ladder there. Might be the ladder there, buddy. So? Because, Pittsburgh over the last 3 games is striking out double digits, 10 a game. On the season, they've held it, but they're a little bit on their heels right now. And I don't know, man. I think I hate those Ohtani games where you're like, okay, this is a great matchup, and then he comes out and he walks 3 through the first 2 innings.
See, that's what I mean. Like, he's inefficient, and the blister pops up. I think there's a lot of outs I have on the under and the strikeout prop today. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Because of the blister, because of the weather, the blister, the whole thing, the managing of Shohei Ohtani at this point, wherever they are. Let's get to the rookie lookie. Colton Cowser got a go-ahead RBI. And also got a hit in this game, stopping an over 15 spell. So good on you, Colton Cowser. Doesn't that sound like a name of somebody who is on Grey's Anatomy or something, right?
Colton
Like he plays
Cowser.
a doctor, Colton Cowser. From Grey's Anatomy, everybody, Colton Cowser. And everyone goes, yay.
I never watched Grey's Anatomy.
Me neither.
Oh.
That show was on for like 27 years, though, I feel like. How many seasons of over-under seasons of Grey's Anatomy? I'm going to say 13.
Didn't they have spinoffs? Didn't they have like any spinoffs?
I think they did. Now I gotta Google this.
It's definitely in syndication, so it's got to be over 10. So I'm gonna go 15 years on Grey's Anatomy. I think I'm wrong.
Somebody in the chat, let us know, because you're not doing anything. You're just watching the show. Let us know how many seasons of Grey's Anatomy there's been. I say 13. Welsh says 15. JP says way over. Maybe the 27 originally I said was closer. The Mets are going to recall Mark Vientos from AAA. We don't know how much he's going to play. Starling Marte is dealing with headaches and migraines, so he's going on the IL. Marte is such a frustrating piece because he's such a fun, exciting player when he's healthy and he's on, and he's so fun to watch. But he's just one of these guys who just, again, the games played just always never seem to add up the way you want them to. Ronnie Mauricio hit a ball that hasn't landed, though, by the way.
This is why I'm like hyper focused on those guys right now, man.
I'd be adding him right now, by the way. I am adding Ronnie Mauricio now, this week, wherever I can, because Mark Canha is going to get traded. A lot of teams like Mark Canha. Fits
Tommy
Bill's
Pham might get traded.
Well, Pham just went on the Pham is hurt too. By the way, the answer 19. Way to go, Michael. 19 seasons.
What
19
is the
years?
I think I have the answer. The answer I was just
watching
about to ask.
that. Like Bones was another show that was on for like 15 seasons, like at the final year of Bones after 15. I'm like, who's watching these things?
I was about to say what is the longest running show, but it's The Simpsons, right? Because they're like
Saturday Night Live will be above The Simpsons because they've been going since the 70s.
Oh yeah, I guess I was thinking like syndicated. Yeah, okay. So Saturday Night Live, then The Simpsons.
It's not a sitcom per se. You know what I mean? It's like its own kind of thing.
They both kind of almost. What qualifies in the real sitcom-y type of thing? Like Simpsons is animated. Saturday Night is a variety show. What is the like Grey's Anatomy, Office, whatever? What show has run the longest? Someone find that out now? Go do your work.
Oh,
go
like the sitcoms and things?
Well, yeah, like not like
they
a cartoon.
Out around 10, 12 years at the most. Like Seinfeld was 9. Big Bang Theory, I think, got to 11 or 12 even. Like they pushed the limit.
Because it might be Grey's Anatomy at 19
Friends, I think,
seasons.
was 10.
That might be
I don't know, man.
Running.
In terms of drama, it might. Well, no, because Law and Order was probably around for freaking ever, too. And the 7,000 Law and Order, so. You like the regular? You like the SVU? You like that one? You like the
they got a lot of
Order,
spin-offs too.
I got a hot dog stand Law and Order. You like that one? Ugh, God. Don't worry, we're gonna get to Andrew Abbott. He's on the list today. Injuries. Let's fly through these. Max Fried, scheduled for rehab start yesterday, was postponed due to rain, so it sucks. We'll kind of hope for a better situation today. Jordan Alvarez. Scheduled to play in a minor league game today and all weekend. So yay, Alvarez returning soon. Tommy Pham's going to undergo additional testing after being removed from Wednesday's game. Now, if he goes on the IL and Marte's on the IL, Vientos won't be enough potentially. Then you might see Mauricio and a Canha trade. Like keep an eye, add Mauricio now. Tommy Edman scheduled for live batting practice next week. That's a guy that I think could help some teams too. Flexibility. I could see the Cardinals putting Tommy Edman in a trade to somebody.
Well, they've got Mason Wynn. You know, that one of the things. Yeah. I'm probably going to do this next week on the videos that we do. We're down to one, and it's going to be a hyper focus into the rest of the year. But when you look at like players that are going to benefit from trades, if they were to trade. I mean, they got Paul DeYoung who can get the hell out of there. And if they were to trade Edman, Mason Wynn.
Hell out of there.
Say again, bye-bye. Mason Wynn is one of those players, guy, huge arm. He can run, former pitcher who's on their infield. Like the Cardinals have flexibility really at every offensive position to move guys, and they can come up. So it's guys like Ronnie Mauricio, Matt Mervis, Mason Wynn, Pete Crow Armstrong. These are all players that could benefit.
I'd like to see Pete Crow Armstrong. I'd like to see Mervis get another shot. I think that would be fun before the end of the season. It would give us a much better feel for him next year.
If Bellinger's gone, it's going to happen. Yeah,
and look, Bellinger's another piece too that could help a lot of teams. By the way, Larry, I agree 100%. I wish Last Kingdom went 19 seasons, but you know what? Last Kingdom, start to finish, perfection. They didn't stay at the dance too long. Oh, Welsh, it's so good. It is the best.
I need a show. I'm kind of showless right now.
Well, I just finished season 3 of The Great, which was terrific.
The what?
The Great with Nicholas Hoult and Elle Fanning.
Oh, okay.
No, grapes are fine. The Great is outstanding on Hulu. 5 stars. Hilarious, witty, dirty as hell, hysterical. Go watch The Great. But Glass Kingdom, brilliant show. Better than Game of Thrones start to finish. And I'm a big Thrones nerd, and I still don't care that the ending is exactly what I thought it was going to be for the most part. Like, everyone's still up in arms about that. Last Kingdom, start to finish, more how would I put this? You never felt there was a lull. Everything was good the whole time. It ended the way you wanted. You're like, this is great. Good times. That's right. Larry knows what he's talking about. Esteury Ruiz remains without an official timetable yet. Mason Miller is going to throw a bullpen session on Saturday, so keep your fingers crossed. Mason Miller managers. Ryan Noda of the A's went to the IL, so a lot of issues there. Fractured jaw. Yankees put Josh Donaldson on the 60-day IL. He gone, so Nolan Arenado time in New York, perhaps. Brandon Woodruff scheduled to take a minor league start on Saturday. So,
and then
getting closer to Woodruff.
One addition as well. I went out to the Arizona Complex League last night because I was told
118-degree weather.
It was so hot. I was told Merrill Kelly was supposed to be pitching. He was nowhere to be found. And there were multiple reporters that were there, and I think everyone assumed he was there. Nowhere to be found. I'm thinking he's going to pitch tonight, and I think I'm going to try to go down there. Just they're trying to build him back up to potentially come back on Wednesday would be the earliest he can. Just something to watch for. Merrill, Tuesday, Wednesday was the shot. Did not pitch last night. Maybe he'll pitch tonight in Complex, which would set him up to start next Wednesday against the Cards.
Cousin Donnie said you were melting yesterday watching that game. It's very possible.
It is like
there's some melting going on.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to this next one. He didn't make the injury list because I put him in Joe's tough guys. And it's Jared Kelenic. Actually, Jared Kelenic didn't make it. The water cooler made Joe's tough guys. It withstained a very, very strong kick from Jared Kelenic. So I want to give some shout out love to the water cooler. Jared Kelenic going on the 10-day IL, fractured his foot, being frustrated. And now he is probably done for the year, it looks like.
Did you watch the video, though? It's a pretty rough.
Of him being upset, you mean? Yeah.
He was super upset.
I did.
And
he should be. He was really
contrite.
Stupid.
Yeah, and he took blame for it and stuff. It's definitely that stupid. We get those videos all the time. Who is it? Is it Conley with the Yankees who's like throwing stuff and kicking the fan? And it's like these guys, they're doing this all the time. And this is what happens. Like, especially just kicking what was it? A jug of water? Like, don't do that. Like, that's crazy. Take your bat and beat everything around you. Don't use your foot and your hand. Lesson learned.
Well, it's a lesson the hard way. So another piece now too, where I keep coming back to, Seattle. I told you, Seawald goes and throws another, good ninth inning. If I'm Seattle, that's a piece that's expendable to me in the future and maybe the present. And he can help somebody.
I still think they're buying. I said this on CBS last night. Tyler O'Neill. I think Tyler O'Neill is returning to the Mariners.
All right, 3 up and 3 down. Matt Olson, 31st and 32nd home run last night. Yeah, baby. Christian Yelich, 3 for 4 with a 3-run bomb himself against the Phillies. And Andrew Abbott was good yet again. 8 scoreless. Holy crap, Welsh. Yeah. You want to talk about somebody that I don't think any of us had on our radars for 2023 being this? Andrew Abbott might be that guy where we look up and go, if you pick this guy up the waiver wire, chances are you did it for almost nothing. And what an incredible, he is league winner, Andrew Abbott, at this point in my book, right?
Yeah, he's a definite anomaly what he's doing. Expected ERA is a little bit higher. Fastball is average. Me and Eno have gone on about him. Like, Eno is dicey about him because the fastball has such bad stuff plus ratings. The secondaries are good. I think this is built around command. I think release points are similar, and the pitch mix just seems to be working. He's playing up across the board to his stats, and I think he's very hard to figure out. I do think hard to figure out players tend to not continue that insanity, but either way, we're going to see who he is through the rest of the year, and like your point, I got him in multiple leagues. I've drafted him, picked him up. I think I drafted him in one. I picked him up in 2 others, and he's been a godsend. He helped me win that first half Roto league that I did for sure, and then I redrafted him for the head-to-head. So you just keep running Andrew Abbott out there. But like I said, watch for the signs to start to turn in a not good direction, but they're not. That's the crazy thing.
Ozark was fantastic, by the way. Everyone in the chat. If you saw Ozark. The other one too. I'm gonna start watching The Bear because I hear The Bear is great. They just finished the 2nd season.
But
if you want to watch something funny, yeah, he's like a chef. And then what we do in the shadows is hilarious. If you're looking for comedy.
You know what? You've been saying that for a while, and I haven't watched. I need a good drama. I need a comedy and drama.
Succession's
to go with.
great. Succession is also great.
But see, I've seen most of the stuff. That's the problem you guys are going to have. I haven't seen The Kingdom. I've seen like all the
Last Kingdom is great. Watch The Great. Watch Last Kingdom. I think you'll be very happy. I'm telling you.
Grapes. Purple or green grapes?
Neither. I don't like any grapes. I love wine.
What?
No, I'm not a grapes guy.
Why?
I don't like squishy foods. Bogman knows this. Bogman cracked the code. Bogman knows, like, I don't like gummy bears. We had this discussion on a show.
You don't like squishy food?
I was like, something came up. I was like, I don't like gummy bears. And then something came up with something else. I was like, I don't like that. And he goes, you don't like squishy foods. And I went, you know what? You're right. I don't like
Sour Patch Kids?
No. Oh God. No, my kids made me eat one once and I almost threw up. I was like, no, I can't do this.
So it's like the consistency of squishy foods?
Squishy foods. Whether like, I don't like berries, just typically speaking.
I see. I love all these things. I love squishy foods.
Nope. Oh, no squishy foods for Joey
something
Pig.
New every day.
There you go. This is why we're here at the show. Marcus Stroman charged with 5 runs, 4 earned. These are the downs from yesterday, obviously. Zach Greinke went to 1-10 on the year. You got to get, maybe Zach Greinke should have been in Joe's Tough Guys. Like that guy's going out there and just losing games. He's like, hey, I'm cashing paychecks.
Just having fun, paying for his guac.
And Welsh, Byron Buxton, 0 for 4 with another pair of strikeouts Thursday. He has gone hitless in 28 consecutive plate appearances. Going back, he hasn't had a hit since July 8th. He is 0 for 25 with 15 strikeouts during that span. Welsh, your thoughts?
Yeah, we're done. I mean, we're done with the Buxton stuff.
Should the Twins be done? It feels like the Twins should be done. Like, just
no.
Enough.
I mean, they're doing what they're doing right now. The positives are in spite of the 2 biggest contracted players kind of being oofs for them. Buxton is the biggest oof, and Correa has been kind of because Julian is up. Kirilloff has been great. They still have Polanco coming back. So I just don't think you make a big concerted move. And also, I think I'm probably going to fall into it next year. Buxton is going to be dirt cheap. I don't think he was healthy at all this year. Couldn't play the outfield. Once he's healthy again, it'll be tough to not fall into a super, super dirt cheap Byron Buxton. But this year, I'm over it.
I love our Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. The chat is so funny today. Like, you guys, they're having a fun Friday, even without us. So Fettuccine Alfredo says, the Bear's fantastic. And Dan G goes, Cocaine Bear spinoff maybe gets me interested. Well, if you've ever been in the kitchen, there's a lot of cocaine going around there too, possibly. So it could be Cocaine Bear in the same thing. I've worked around a lot of kitchens. I've seen a lot of things. You know what else I've seen that's great? PrizePicks. Sign up for PrizePicks today. There you go. How's that for a segue? PrizePicks. Download the app. Go to prizepicks.com, and you can get a 100% deposit match up to $100 when you use that promo code leading off. One word, leading off. Use it. Make some PrizePicks. Welsh, pick a prize.
All right. So here's what I have got today for you. Corbin Carroll to score a run. Luis Arise fantasy score. Do it with a couple singles. That's what he does. Colorado. Love that matchup. And I'm going to go with the Ohtani strikeout over. Joe, I'm going to go with the good Ohtani today. Just bing, bang, boom. Pirates going down left and right. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. They're all falling down. And so thanks to Ohtani, that is my score here for PrizePicks.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Kodai Senga, 6 pitcher strikeouts against Boston over. He's been really good lately. Fernando Tatis, 1.5 stolen bases against the Detroit Tigers. That game's at 640, just so you know. Don't wait. Over on the 1.5, and I'm Corbin Carroll over on the 1.5 total bases. So look at us. Corbin Carroll all the way. Today, I'm going to keep it simple here. 6.5 strikeouts for Braxton Garrett over against the Rockies, plus 116. I'm going to go the under on the Shohei Ohtani 7.5. It's a good enough number under all these weird circumstances, and I think people are going to be very tempted to go with the over, and I think I'm going to go against the math here a little bit, plus 110. If you put both of these things together, by the way, with the probable lock of the Houston Astros and Framber Valdez beating the A's, you're going to get 5-1 in a parlay. So just put that out there.
Say the parlay again.
Braxton Garrett 6.5 over, Ohtani 7.5 under, Astros money line plus 500. You get.
That's pretty sweet.
I mean, the one is a gimme. So basically, I think I got 2 things that are gimmies here, and then the Ohtani wild card. And if I get that, it's going to be a good day, and I make back all my Blake Snell money that I lost. That I'm still, Blake Snell is just always going to be that guy for me. Well, she's my kryptonite. There's nothing I can do about it. Your betting pieces for the day?
Yeah, by the way, yesterday was all right. I went 2-1. If you guys did play it, we hit the hits parlay and the Seattle first 5 money line played. So both of those were really great. Just throwing that out there. Today, I am going with another money line through the first 5, the Arizona Diamondbacks. They are actually plus money on it because Tommy Henry's on the mound. You can get minus 130 if you want to get half of a run. So if the team were tied, then you would win. I'm going to just take the money line up against the Reds. Ben Lively's been pretty good, but Diamondbacks are hot. So Arizona money line through the first 5 innings. I'm taking this might be a weird one. Texas Dodgers 3.5 runs through the first 3 innings under Tony Gonsolin and Andrew Heaney going through the first lineup. And then we'll just throw it back out here. Ohtani strikeout 7.5 over. Those are my 3 plays for today that I'm locking into.
Some good ones. You know what else is good for you? So rare. Go sign up fantasypros.com/collect. It's free. It's fantasy. It's cards. You create your team. You have your roster. They're yours forever and ever. To the day you die, that's your roster. Or, that's kind of morbid. It's just have fun. It's a fun baseball card game.
Dramatic.
Where it's fantasy. It was a little melodramatic. You can also join our league after you sign up at fantasypros.com/collect. Over at fantasypros.com/leading off. It's a beautiful thing. Go join it. Try So Rare. It's fun, especially if your teams are not doing well. You're not going to make the playoffs. This could be a fun little thing you can do and just kind of enjoy baseball and enjoy life again, maybe.
You're like, hey, you're a loser. You suck at everything, especially
maybe,
that game,
maybe
but go be good here.
And, it's your house got foreclosed. Let's do
You're not good at anything else, but you could be good here.
So you're ugly. Maybe So Rare's for you. There you go. Here's a promo.
What a sell.
Kodai Senga, 10.4K today. Joe Ryan, 10K. Shohei Ohtani, 10.2. A little risky, I think. Framber's 11.2. I think he's priced out. So Ryan and Senga are my big 2 targets today. 6Ks in the W. I think we can get there. Houston, Dodgers, Cincinnati. Those are my stacks of the day. Jose Abreu, 2.6. Jeremy Pena, 2.8. And Christian Encarnacion, 2.8. Those are the picks of the value. I'm going Matt Olson for the weekend because I think Matt Olson is just in fuego right now. Austin Riley, by the way, really heating up too post-break. Nice to see because Wonky had a nice piece on fantasypros.com about players, I think, looking for big second halves, and I think Riley was hers. And if not, I'm going to give her credit anyway. Here's the board. Razor Ramon, who's not too happy because I think the Brewers are getting, Burns had a good start. Woodruff's coming back. Razor doesn't look happy in the chat today. So I just want to remind Razor, life is good. You're at the top of the home run board. Tater is tied 36. Hoffman's at 31. You guys are doing an amazing job with this. Again, fantasypros.com/chat to join our Discord for free. Join it, check it out, and then use it for football season and then baseball season next year to find some leagues with your friends or make some new friends and find some new leagues. That's what you do.
Guess what, Joey?
Yeah.
In about 2.5 weeks, I will be with Mr. Dennis Sidler of Sid's Graphs and Mr. Corbin Carroll in person, getting that helmet signed for maybe Razor or Tater or somebody else. I will be there getting that helmet signed in person in about 2.5 weeks. And
that's
I will
so cool.
Be trying not to be like, oh, Corbin Carroll. I'll be very cool. I'll be like, hey, what's up, man?
Well, you're bigger than
Corbin
really Carroll.
I am.
So you're going to be like, hi, Corbin.
Hello there,
today,
fella.
Hello,
You've had a very great season, buddy.
I'm a big fan of yours. Yeah, tap him on the head. I'm sure
that'll go well.
Who's your home run call for the weekend, by the way, big boy?
Corbin Carroll. Oh boy, that's something.
You're tall. That's it.
I'm about to say something that got cut out of the football podcast yesterday. I'm about to do that. You call a tall, big guy, I'm going Corbin Carroll. Corbin Carroll's going to take you to the promised land this weekend, buddy.
Well, I mean, it's better than being called little man, isn't it?
I don't know what's more condescending, big guy or little man.
Oh, big guy's fun. Big guy's like, hey, everybody loves the big guy.
Everyone who's not a big guy is like, hey, this is fun. This is a good time.
All right. Well, look, I hope everybody has a great weekend. I said Matt Olson. So
I didn't.
I know yesterday I forgot
to
say my name. Little Destiny's Child for you there. But I did put it in the chat there. But I'm going with Olson for the weekend. That's my dude, hitting bombs. That's what he does, leading the National League in home runs. Not too shabby. We'll be back again Monday with more baseball. Make sure you subscribe to Fantasy Pros MLB. And, of course, don't forget to click that little bell till it goes ding for notifications. That'll do it for me and the Welsh. We'll see you next time, kids. Enjoy the weekend.